rehabilitation, doing the physiotherapy takes a long, long time, doesn't it?
Yes.
So how long were you? I guess you were in a critically ill. You were very dangerously ill. You almost died, didn't you?
Yes, but after I left the hospital, I was like physically. Excuse me, my
yes,
English not
yes,
the best.
Yes.
Well, I thought I was psychologically well too, but I wasn't.
So you thought you were well, but you weren't. So you needed a lot of help then.
Yes, I did. And
some people who have brain injuries need a carer. They need somebody to help them do the normal things that they did before, like eat and dress themselves. Did you need help at first?
Well, when I just left the hospital, my left side of the body was without sufficient power to eat alone. My wife had to help me, to give me shower and so on. But I had everyday physical therapy 5 times a week, and I was doing very good physically. The rehabilitation, the physical rehabilitation was fast.
So that was very good then. So when did you think that you could help other people with your story? Because you've written it in a book, haven't you?
Yes.
What is the book called?
In Portuguese, I don't know if it's the best translation, but it's unexpected. I mean something that wasn't expected. I didn't expect to be shot, and I think my story can help people that didn't expect to suffer an accident or have an illness or something like this. So I tell in my book how hard it was for me to go back to work and to my normal life. I thought I would go back to my normal life as it was before the attack, but when I got to work in my family's company, I couldn't do normal things, just simple things that I was used to do, and that was my duty. And then I went in a Great Depression because I thought I have to do this. The people, my parents, they expect me to do this, to be the manager of the business, the family business. So if I don't do this well, and I can't do this well, we will go to the bankruptcy. And what will be of me and my family? We will live in the poverty. I'm not a businessman anymore. So that's why I went in the big depression, and I didn't want to go to any psychologist or psychiatrist. But my wife, she was a great woman. to me. She supported me very much, and then she took me and and drove me to this these professionals who helped me a lot. And then I saw that, well, I can't be that businessman anymore, but I can do something, and I got to know better myself, some things that I didn't know, and then I start thinking what I could do with the things I discovered that I could, that I was good.
What
and
did you discover about yourself? I mean, you seem a very strong person, you know, to be shot and then just think that I've got to make this, I know I've got to do physiotherapy, isn't something that you would expect someone in your position to think at that moment. So you're clearly a very strong-willed person. Do you think that's helped you?
Yes, I think so. And I think the best thing, and I always tell people this, it's when we have a challenge in our lives, we can't stay looking for this problem we have and have pity of us and do nothing, just like we say,
self-pity.
Yeah, self-pity.
Yeah.
And we have to look where we want to get. So it's the first step to overcome the challenge you have. And I also tell people that the challenges we have, it all have a purpose. So we learn with them. I've learned a lot with this big challenge.
What are the main things that you tell audiences? What are the main things you've learnt about yourself and about disability? Because that's not something that you were born with and you've now had to deal with.
I learned that I had what's the name? Help me, Liz, please. Proud. I was proud.
Proud.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't know that. I thought I was
Wonderful.
no. Uma pessoa humilde. Humility.
The opposite of proud.
Humble?
Yes. I thought I was a humble person.
You thought you were a humble person. Now,
yes.
the lady that I was telling you about earlier that had the acid attack, she said that for a long time she wouldn't, when she came out of hospital, she was in hospital for a long time, a couple of years. And when she came home, she was frightened to leave home. Did fear come into it when you first got home? And are you fearful now? Are you frightened when you go home?
No.
Were you frightened? So you didn't experience fear?
No, I didn't. When I got out the hospital, got home, I was just thanking God that I was alive. I got 3 shots in my head, 1 in my abdomen. The person who got one shot in the head has 90% of chance of die. So I had 3, and I was alive. So I was thanking God. I was pity of the people that did this to me, because they didn't know yet what joyful is.
Yes.
They have to do this to people to earn money or something like this to be joy. So
that joy was important.
Yes, so
joy was important.
The joy of life is really important. So you talk now to business people or to disabled people. What sort of audiences do you have?
I tell the disabled people that I was once a businessman that had disabled people under my command, and now I recognize, looking back, how bad I was to that person. I didn't understand him. I didn't look him through his difficulties, and then years after that, I was in the same position. My thinking, my thoughts were slower. The speed of processing information was slower. As the guy. So I was in the same position years after, and I felt probably what he felt. And now I tell the managers and colleagues of the disabled people what I thought, what I did when I was in their positions.
So you are a champion for the disabled in your country, and you'd be a very good champion for the disabled in our country too. So did the business carry on without you? Do you have any dealings with the business at all now? Do you still work with the business?
No, I'm partner of the family's company, but I don't work there anymore. I'm working as coach of professional coach for people who had some brain damage and couldn't work in the same position anymore. As it was just my story that I couldn't work anymore, and then I had to change my career to find something new to fulfill myself, to overcome this big challenge in my life.
Well, you certainly have overcome. It's a privilege to meet you today, and to know that you are safe and well and
Thank
happy,
you.
And your wife and children, they are happy, are they?
Oh yes, they're very happy. My kids, we got here in Marlow, and there was some snow, and they were amazed. Where we live, we don't have snow, so it was the first time they saw the snow. But yes, we thank God every day what He gave to us. My wife was pregnant. My boy, who had never met me, my daughters who had been growing up with that image of their parent, their father dying in front of them. So I'm very happy, and I thank God that I can work helping people to overcome their challenges. I say I'm more happy today than I was when I was a businessman.
Well, that is a very key message to your story. And were you there when the baby was born? Were you well enough to see the baby?
I was in the room. How you call the
operating theatre?
Yeah,
yeah.
Operating
Yeah.
Theatre. Yeah.
You were there.
I was still in a wheelchair, but I could stand up, see the baby coming out.
Yes.
And it was very beautiful because the brain surgeon who operated me, he was there too.
He was there too.
Yes.
Oh, that is lovely.
Our son, his name is John Julio. Julio is the name of the brain surgeon.
That is lovely. Well, I think that is a good moment to finish our story for today, and I hope that when you visit Marlow again, we shall meet again.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll come over here as a professional speaker and talk in this country, because your story is remarkable. You're a remarkable person, and it's lovely that God gave the gift of life to you. So thank you very much for coming into the studio today, Eduardo. And how can people find you? So it's Eduardo Anton, isn't it? Anton. And if people look online, they can find you, can they?
Yes.
You're on YouTube, aren't you?
Yes, I have my email. I have my website, but it's in Portuguese, so you wouldn't understand.
Right.
I can leave my email.
Yes, please.
And I will answer all emails you send to me.
Well, if anybody should want to contact Eduardo, please contact me, Carla Delaney, and I will be very happy to pass on messages. And we certainly do pass on as many messages of goodwill as we can to you and your family. So I will be playing some music shortly, but this is Carla Delaney thanking you for listening on Mid Morning Matters today.